Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. It's been a while, I know. I have had a lot of exams this past week and I've honestly been in the biggest reading slump. So, the creativity as far as book content and the will to read is slim to none. So that's what today's video is going to be about. I am going to be trying to get out of my book slump. So I'm sure I'm not the only one that has the spring blues, and I feel like a lot of people also have just kind of started the year off on a kind of crappy note. Honestly, it's like this year everything has happened but nothing has happened, and I don't know, it kind of sucks to be honest. I'm just waiting for summer. I need this semester to be over because school is making me so miserable right now, and I'm kind of losing the will to read, which is one of my favorite hobbies. My other hobby is makeup, and whether that be like glam makeup, this kind of whatever this is makeup. My special effects makeup is my favorite though. I love being able to just turn myself into some scary monster or some beautiful fairy goddess, you know? It just makes me so happy. Those are like my two hobbies, reading and makeup, and they just, I don't know, they just get me out of my funk, and both of those have just been lagging. So I finally got my makeup back and that has been so fun. I have been doing some special effect looks. I just got an airbrush, and so I'm waiting for the last couple things to come in the mail for that. And so that part of my hobby life is turning up, and I am so excited for that because, again, it makes me feel so good. But unfortunately, the reading aspect of my life has been very shitty, and I've read not too many books this year, which is already kind of sad, and the books that I have read I've just really not cared about. They've been a lot of 3 stars, a couple not good ratings, which is sad for me because normally I read and I love the books I read, but I've just not vibed with a lot of them, maybe 1 or 2, and so I need to get out of this slump. So basically, I'm going to read as many books as I can that I think are going to get me out of this slump until I'm out of my slump. And that's what this video is. But to even get ideas on how to get out of a slump this horrible, because this is honestly the worst one that I've ever been in, I had to look up some ideas. So I was watching a lot of your guys' videos and I kind of saw a few ideas on how to get out of this slump. One of them was to do a reread of a book that you love. Now, my thing with rereads is I own a lot of books that I haven't read, so sometimes I feel guilty rereading a book when there's so many other books on my shelves that need love. I have also seen a lot of people will read from authors that they have previously liked before. Something else I saw people do is read short books, which I've tried this and I still can't get out of my slump. And also a lot of the short books that I physically own are horror novellas, and I've read a lot of them, so kind of a bummer there. I've also seen people say that you just need to scrap your TBR, which you guys know by now. I'm not a TBR person. I don't usually set books aside. That being said, since starting this channel, I've had to do that a little bit simply because I'll have a video idea and I'm like, well, this is the book I need to read. So I'm in the middle of filming a vlog right now, and the book that I am reading that I picked up, I hate it. I don't like it, and DNFing books actually hurts my heart. I've come to accept that sometimes you need to DNF a book because it's just not going to get you anywhere with your reading, but I think I'm just gonna put it to the side for now and again try to find a book to get me out of my slump, and then maybe go back to it with an open mind and I'll like it more. But it's a popular fantasy, not fantasy, geez, it's a popular romance book, and it's so cringy. Guys, I'm only 40 pages in and I'm just like, this is so bad. So I kind of need to read something to get me out of that predisposed, all these books are terrible mindset. So again, I'm gonna pick a random book. Those are some of the ideas that I saw that kind of called out to me and that I may try. I know there's like tons of other ways people get out of slumps. Those are just the ones that, again, called out to me personally and I had immediate ideas of that I think would get me out of a slump. So we're gonna see what happens, but I am not stopping this vlog until I am out of this slump because I need to just have some serotonin in my life again. And I need a good book because I have so many cool little ideas and so many plans this year, and I can't do it if I can't read. So I'll let you guys know what I end up picking to read, and I guess we'll go from there. And pray for me that I get out of this slump, guys. I need it. My life needs it. Hey guys, so it's been I think like a day and a half since I filmed the intro to this video, and like I've explained, it's really hard to do anything right now. I'm just like in such a rut, but I have been binging the Mayfair Witches on AMC Plus, and I liked season 1, but I don't know how I'm liking it. Then again, I just watched episode 5 and it got me hooked again of season 2, so I don't know. Plan on binging that, and then hopefully I won't have any show going on, so I can like just focus on reading. That being said, I have been reading all morning, and I did start The Hobbit. I have not read this since I was in elementary school, so it's so fun going back and reading it again. The movies are some of my favorite, you know. I don't know if I've really said it much on this channel. I feel like I have, and I feel like those of you that have continuously watched are probably like, oh my gosh, yes you have, you're so silly. But I'm obsessed with Middle-earth, I'm obsessed with Tolkien. Those are my comfort movies. I'm feeling sad, it's The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings. I'm feeling depressed, Hobbit or Lord of the Rings. I am angry, it's one of those. Like, instantly just calm me down. So I was really excited to go ahead and do a reread of something, since that's something I saw that would help potentially get out of this slump. And The Hobbit, I mean, it's such a fun little time. For those of you that don't know, and you've been living under a rock your entire life, I'm just kidding. But The Hobbit follows a little hobbit, which are these tiny little folk, and his name is Bilbo Baggins. And basically this giant wizard named Gandalf comes and is like, I'm gonna take you on an adventure. And Bilbo, being a typical hobbit, is like kind of humbuggy. I mean, they love partying, they love doing things, but they don't really like doing anything extraordinary. They don't like leaving their little village and their house. So he gets roped into a giant trip with a bunch of dwarves to reclaim their homeland from a dragon. Very basic. This is kind of like, I don't know, Tolkien's, I don't know, I think this is a very basic fantasy trope that Tolkien's created. It's the trying to reclaim your homeland trope, which I've personally seen in quite a few other fantasies. But, I mean, this is like the start of it, and it's freaking Bilbo, and I love him as a character. So, a couple thoughts I have, though, rereading this. First off, in the movies, if you guys have seen them, there is like the thunder battle with the giant rock giants. That was really redundant, but you get it. And for the longest time, I was like, that's not in the book. That's like the only thing in the movies that isn't in the book. It actually is in the book. I'm so silly. It had been so long. It's a very brief scene, and they don't even like, it's not extensive like it is in the movies, but it is in the book. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. Also in the movie, I feel like they kind of portray Thorin to a point as like kind of a jerk. Like, he's very like hard and like aggressive, you know, like he's not very nice to anyone, especially Bilbo. But in the book, he's actually nice. He's like, yes, Bilbo, my friend, let's go. And it's so funny because in the movie, like one of my favorite scenes in the movies is that turning point when Thorin is like, you really are one of us, like you're really here to help me. Like, I think it's like that big long quote where Bilbo's like something like, you guys don't have a home, and so I'm here to help you get it back. And it makes me cry every time, and I think that's like a huge turning point in the movies with their relationship with Bilbo, and that's not really in the book so far. I mean, I haven't gotten to that scene yet that like would correspond, but it's like Thorin is already kind of a nice dude in the book, which I don't really remember because it's been a long time, 15 plus years since I've read this. So it's like, goodness. But guys, it's just so good. And honestly, I can't say that it's helping me get out of my slump or not yet, because I've kind of like spaced out the reading. I read a chapter the first night, I read a chapter last night, and then I think today I've read quite a bit. But I plan on trying to binge it all today, because honestly, we just got to the scene in the goblin town, or under the mountain with the goblins and Gollum. And those of you that know. I mean, freaking Gollum, it's an iconic scene. I love that scene. So I know it's about to get really, really, really good. Not that it already hasn't been. So I think I'm gonna try to binge it all today. Again, I will keep you guys updated on what the heck happens because I need out of it. I need out of this slump. I feel like I just need someone to smack me in the face. Like, I feel like I just need to wake up. I feel like this is not real. This is not real. None of it's real. So I'll let you know when I wake up. A little update. I finished The Hobbit this morning and then I had to rush to class because I was running behind on what I wanted to do today and had class. And what was I doing in class? Reading on my iPad. So I have started another book, which I don't know if that's like a hint that maybe The Hobbit kind of did something for me, but I'm hoping to binge that book. It's only like 100 something pages, so I'm gonna finish that tonight. But I got home and I finished The Mayfair Witches. I really don't know how I feel about that show, honestly. I think I got kind of bored and then I got invested and then bored and then I was like, ew, I didn't like it. So I am not sure, but that allows me to focus more on reading since I don't have that like nagging. I hate leaving things unfinished, so I had to finish it and I did. I just showered and I'm now here to tell you about The Hobbit. So guys, I mean, I don't even know what to say other than, you know, 5 stars obviously. One thing I can say is that reading this as an adult and it being 10 plus years later, and not having read it since the movies came out, there actually is a lot in this that's not in the movies or is a lot different in the movies compared to this. So that was kind of cool. Like orcs are not a thing in the Hobbit book, but orcs are like the main enemy in the movies, but it's actually the goblins in the book. That's crazy. Like, I wouldn't have remembered any of that. Like, I was 10 the last time I read this, so it's been a long while. So I just thought it was really cool being able to read it and see the comparisons to the movies, which I know some people think is like toxic for book people, but again, I've read this, it's just been a really long time, so it was just me diving back into a world that I would do anything to go live in. So I really enjoyed it, and I think it did the trick. It did the trick, guys, because I was maybe like this much this morning and I read all this. I binged the entire book this morning. I said I am not leaving for class and work until I have read this book. That kind of bit me in the butt because then I was having to rush, but it did its trick because then I immediately was like, I want to read something else. So I started The Graveyard Shift, or just Graveyard Shift. I honestly don't remember what it's called, but when I finish it, I'll tell you about it because it's more of like a horror novella. So like I said, I'm gonna binge the rest of that right now, and then I'll probably head to bed and end the vlog because, guys, I think I'm out of my slump. I think The Hobbit cured me. It cured me, guys, and I'm so happy about it. Okay, guys, so it's literally not been that long since I just filmed and told you guys about The Hobbit, but I just finished Graveyard Shift by M.L. Rio, I think, and I don't know how to feel about it. I'm kind of torn right now. It's like I was vibing with it, and then it just stopped. It just stopped. And then the more I like sat there and thought about what really happened, I was like, what did happen? And what did happen like made sense but didn't, and I just wish there was more. Like, it was like one of those, like, there was so much potential for it. Like, why the heck did you only make it 100 something pages? Like, it could have been like a full thought out story if you had explained things more and like gone with it more. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of torn on what to rate it, but let me tell you what this book's even about. Y'all are probably like, what? So this book is following a ragtag group of people, and they live in a town where there's a lot of universities and there's like laws where you're not allowed to smoke within a certain distance from a university. So they all meet every night at midnight in this graveyard of this abandoned church, and they smoke cigarettes. And they're kind of like friends, not friends. It gets weird, but we kind of get like each one of them, we kind of see a little bit of like their life. And one night they find a guy digging a grave and dumping rats in it in the middle of the night. And they're like, who is this guy? Why are they digging a grave? What is that? And there's like other weird things going on. I don't want to say too much and spoil it, even though like I don't know what there is to spoil, honestly. It was giving the vibes of, oh, What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher, but they just did not do it like T. Kingfisher did it. And there was so much potential. Like, this was a lot different, and it had a really cool concept, I think. But I'm like just so confused on why the author just didn't write more. Like, why didn't you finish it? Like, I feel like it was unfinished. Like, I feel like I just read like a short story. But like not a short story that makes you think, and like, you know, it's supposed to have an ambiguous ending. Like this one, I'm just like mad. I'm like, bro, where's the rest of the book? I don't know. Like, you guys are seeing like live reaction. Like, I just finished this, ran downstairs so I could record. Like, where the hell's the rest of the book? Yeah, I don't know. I'm really confused. I haven't rated it on my Goodreads yet. I'm gonna like sleep on it and then in the morning like come back and rate it. But I really don't know. Like, it's either a 2 or a 3 star. I like want to say 3 star because I enjoyed it and it had me intrigued. Clearly I just binged the entire book tonight. But at the same time, I'm like, it was so disappointing. Like, what? Why would you stop writing? And then, like, the more I, like, sit here and nitpick it, I'm like, well, that didn't really make sense either. And that didn't make sense. And I didn't like that. Hey guys, editing me popping in here. One other thing I forgot to tell you in my confusion and rage of that book last night was I also really did not see how it was horror. Like, I was interested and there was, like, kind of a mystery element, but honestly, it was just, like, nothing. I don't see how it was horror. And that's like a big bummer for me, because when I see the word horror, I expect horror, and I wasn't getting any of that. I was not getting even like suspense from that book last night, so I just had to pop in and say that. So it's like, I really don't know if it's a 2 or a 3 star, so I'm gonna sleep on it. But that's gonna be my rough rating for you guys. It's a 2 or a 3. I mean, it was okay. I'm pissed that there wasn't more. While it took me a minute to get into this video, and I'm getting it out a lot later than I want, my reading slump is gone, I can say. I mean, I finished The Hobbit this morning and I just binged an entire book tonight, so I'd say it was a success. I know this video has been really kind of like all over the place and random and been the last couple days. Hopefully, at the beginning of this video, when I was not shook from the book that I just finished, helped you guys realize maybe a couple ideas that you could do to get over your slump, but I really don't know what else to say. I'm really kind of mad at this book still, obviously, you're seeing that, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will definitely see you again soon.